Hi there, I'm Sean. Thanks for choosing this 30-minute strength and bodyweight class today. I'm excited to exercise with you. For class, you're only going to need a few pieces of equipment, so go ahead and grab these if you haven't already. First, a set of dumbbells that are appropriate for your fitness level, and number two, a chair. And we will be utilizing the chair in a variety of different ways today, so make sure you have one that's nice and sturdy. Then lastly, not a piece of equipment, but important to have, and that's water to stay hydrated throughout class. So with that, let me get my watch going here, and we will march in place right to the music. All right, moving like you mean it, trying to get the most out of every movement we do, and especially getting the most out of a warm-up. Increase that body temperature, get that heart pumping, get those joints ready for what's about to come. So march like you mean it. We'll do a few more of these, and then what we'll do is we'll add on. We'll do a march for 4, and then a lateral tap right and left with an arm reach. Ready? Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1, tap. 4, tap. You got it. Moving those arms and legs, reach. Just a few more. Up. Yeah, almost there. And we'll change the exercise. One more. Now, heel digs to the front. Reach and pull. I want you to reach those fingers out in front of you, thumbs up, and then pull those elbows back and retract that upper body in the back. Pull those shoulder blades together. Trying to get that whole body warmed up. Now, on the toes, real simple to just tap that heel out in front of you. Really try and pull those toes towards you, up towards the ceiling. And that way you'll get a little stretch for the calf muscle. And we will be working the calves later today directly. So you want to definitely get those warmed up and stretched. Nice movements. Okay, a few more. Our feet will go wide, and we're going to change it to a squat. You have 4, 3, 2, step wide, down and lift. Now it's close and open. Reach forward and back. When you stand up all the way, and really try and open that chest, keeping your thumbs up. Four more. 4, 3, 2. Now, a modified sidestepping lunge. Side, we'll just do one side right now. Arms go down and up. Drop, lift. Don't worry if we're going a little slower than the music here. It's a bigger movement, so it takes a little bit more time to do the whole thing and do it well. Hands go down and then they go up overhead, slightly in front of the body. When you're pushing off the ground here, it's a modified, so we're not going out real far, we're not going down real low, but you do want to make sure your knee is still tracking over your second and third toe, and you push off that heel and the outside blade of your foot when you come up. You have 2 more. 1 more. Stop there. If you need to move away from your chair a little bit, we go to the other side. Add those arms, down and big lift. Hopefully you feel your heart rate going up, getting a little warmer. Check that knee. Make sure it tracks over the second and third toe. You just don't want it pushing out or collapsing in. So a solid body. Keep your knee right above your ankle. Reach. Reach. You have 4, 3, 2 more. Last one. And stop right there. We'll put the whole thing together. Ready? Start with the march 4 tap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it again. You have 2 more. Big reach, come on. Next, ready? Heel digs, reach to the front. Toes up, Nice and strong. Pull them up. 4, 3, our feet will go wide. 2, and we will squat. 1, here we go. Squat. Now, forward, big chest open. Yeah, doesn't that feel nice? These are tight on many people. Very important to take advantage of movements like this. 2, and 1. Now, sidestepping lunge. Left side, down, tap. Add the arms. 4, 3, 2, keep going, other side, down. Yes, big reach up to the sky. 2, and 1. All right, nice work. Excuse me. If you do need to get some water at any time, please feel free to stop, get some water and stay hydrated. Our first exercise, you need your dumbbells. And it is a plie squat. So the toes are out, not completely out towards the walls, but they're out past 10 and 2 o'clock if you are using a clock. The weights go in the pockets right here. We drop down and up. Here we go. We have 15. Now when you come up, you'll want to, or your mind will want to lock those knees. Always want to keep a micro bend in that knee. Now you do want to flex the muscles in your quads and use those inner thighs to really push away from the floor, but try not to lock the knee out. 4, 3. All right, last one. Let's stay down and hold it for just a moment. Breathe. Can you go a little lower? 4, 3, 2, push up, and we are done with that exercise. So you can set your dumbbells down. And the next exercise, still working the inner thighs, is a body weight exercise. So you can use the chair for balance because we are balancing on one leg. The other leg, we do an inner thigh, we do a leg lift. So turn your toes out, knee is slightly bent, nice and tall with the upper body, and we lift and lower, really thinking about contracting that inner thigh area, okay? 15 of them, ready? Lift and lower, lift, squeeze, really tighten it up. It's probably about a 2, maybe 2.5 foot distance that you move that foot. It might be a little different for everybody, depending on what kind of range of motion you have in your hips. Another good reason for these exercises, moving those hip joints in different ways. Give me one more, lift and hold. Now just hold and contract that muscle, nice and strong and tight, tighten it, squeeze and release. Whew. Okay, after doing the plie squats and then doing this, those muscles might be talking to you a little bit, and that's okay. That's this workout. We are going to work each muscle group 2 times in a row. So if you do feel a little extra fatigue compared to maybe different workouts that you've done in the past, that is the reason why we're doing it, okay? So, other knee, bent, balance, strong core to stay balanced. Try not to put a ton of weight on that chair, nice and tall, lift and lower. You have 15, 14. Squeeze and contract. Now, if you can, take your hand off that chair for a few. Challenge that balance. Just make sure you're strong here, all the way around the midsection. Lift and squeeze. Keep that toe turned out, and always can put your hand back if you need to. One more now, up and hold. Hold it up there. Balance everything. Can you tighten the core more? Roll those shoulders back and down. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Next exercise is just a regular squat. So you do want your dumbbells back. Go ahead and pick those up. And you're already a third of the way into class. These classes go quick, especially when you're focused. But good news is you're doing great things for your body. So here we go. Feet are slightly wider than your hips. Roll your shoulders back. Squat down and up. Lower and lift. So let's not worry about the music here. I am moving slower than the music, especially to pause at the top a little bit. So when you go down into that squat position, you want to push your butt back and keep your weight in your heels. So at the bottom here, wiggle your toes at the bottom. That'll help you know if you have the weight distributed in the right part of the foot, which is primarily in the back, okay? Down, stand up all the way now. Take all the flexion out of the hips when you stand up and squeeze the backside from the bottom all the way up to the top. Chest stays up, eyes straight ahead. Now let's go down and hold. Hold. Check everything. Is your back flat or is it rounded? Flatten it out, lift through the chest, sit down a little more, push your backside back, eyes straight ahead, and release. Come on out of that. Wow, nice work. That got my heart rate up a little bit. When we hold those exercises, it's common for some people to hold their breath. You don't want to hold the breath. You always want to keep the air moving. So keep that in mind when we come back around the second time. Okay, the next one, we have the chair that we're going to use is just a support and a balance. But you need the chair, the seat turned towards you. So if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do that. We're focusing on the glutes, one gluteal at a time. So we're doing a hinged position, hands are on the chair. Now try not to let your back round real big. Try and flatten it out. So lift your tailbone up to the sky, and the front leg, toes tapped, we lift and lower that leg. So we lift and lower. Now notice my toe is flexed, and the movement is a squeeze right here in the glute when you lift. Now this supporting leg, is it bent slightly? We don't want it locked out. And pull those shoulder blades down away from your ears. Push your shoulders down and really squeeze that glute when you lift that leg. Lift. Now it doesn't have to lift real high. Level with the body. You can go slightly higher, but not super high. And up and hold. Hold. Flex that foot. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you can leave your chair where it is. I'm going to switch sides so I can have the leg that's moving facing you so you can see it better. Again, place the hands on the chair. The front leg goes back, or if you haven't moved your back leg now, so we're working the other one. Flex the foot and we lift and lower. Lift and tap. Squeeze that gluteal muscle, the back side, nice and tight. Squeeze. Breathe through it. Try and get that leg up there, level with the body if you can. You don't want to swing it up there and force it. You want the movement slow and controlled. Just 2 more. 1, and now hold. Hold it up there. Flex that foot. Draw your shoulder blades down. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, great work. Why don't we grab some water? And because we're approaching that halfway mark, stay hydrated. Okay, the next one we actually are going to sit in the chair. So you can bring that chair facing front. Now you're going to work 2 different sets of muscle groups. The quadriceps, because we're doing a leg extension, a 2-leg leg extension, you can obviously do 1 at a time if you need to, but you are also going to work your core because we're leaning back and we are going to balance on our tailbone. Ready? Legs up, lean back, my hands are on the chair. We extend and flex those muscles. Flex the quadriceps, the front of the thighs. Push. If it's too much, you can do a couple on one side and a couple on the other, just rotating doubles, and then maybe try a few of the doubles. Now I'm not leaning back on the rest of the chair. My core is working. Is your core working? Try and lengthen that spine, nice and tall. Extend and flex. One more, and hold. Hold, 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Mine were talking to me. I hope yours were too a little bit. You can move that out of the way now. The next exercise, working the quads again, front of the thighs, really focusing on them, in what we call a bowler's lunge. But just like that, you got core and quads. We're gonna get quads and obliques, core again. So watch me do this. Your left foot, toe is straight ahead. You wanna try and keep your hips facing the front too, so don't let this happen. And we step behind, and your foot is about a foot and a half away from your other foot, from your heel. We drop down, and it's called a bowler's lunge, like you're bowling, and then you come up, tap your toe, and then we do a crunch, side crunch. So 15 of those, ready? Here we go. Drop down, push through your heel, lift, and then crunch. Drop down, lift, if you need to tap your toe, crunch. So you drop this rib, your right rib, towards your hip bone. And you can either put a tap in for balance help, or do it without that tap. And the chair is always there to help you. Drop, push, and contract. Love this combination. Challenging your balance, you get core work, great for your glutes, for your quads, working a lot of different things here. But remember, it's not just lifting the leg out to the side. You really want to think, what's happening right here? Maybe you want to touch it and make sure it's contracting. Crunch. Crunch. Working our calves here too as we go down. And one more hold. Hold. Every time we're going down and lifting, working our calves, our quads, our glutes, our obliques, and lift out of that. Okay, nice work. We do the other one now. Set it up. Right foot pointing straight ahead. Try and keep your hips square to the front. You step behind. Try not to turn too much. Keep it close to the front so you're barely tapping your toes here. A real common mistake is to let weight come back here. Keep your weight in the front foot. We drop down, keeping your weight in the front foot. Tap that toe, crunch right there. Here we go. 14 more. Crunch. Now I'm doing this without the chair. Want to try a few and know the chair is there if you need to. You need to grab it, squeeze. Nice and tall, squeeze. And again, if you touch, sometimes it helps. Touch that area that you want to contract. Helps make that mind-muscle connection sometimes. Draw that knee straight out and up, doing that oblique crunch. Keep the weight in that front foot. You have one more, and we hold it down. And here's Molly. Hey, Molly. Wanting to play with Dad. Whenever I'm out here, she always thinks, oh, he's on the carpet where we play most of the time, where all the toys are usually. So it's playtime for her. Release. All right. Relax. Woo, shake those out. Get some water if you need to. And then grab your dumbbells. We're doing a standing calf raise. Okay. Whew. Roll the shoulders back and down. Feet just under your hip bones. So I do have some space between my feet. Roll your shoulders back. We lift, drawing the heels up, flexing those calf muscles, and then we lower. 14 more. And down. Come on. Lift, hold, contract, and lower. Keep those weights right in the pockets. It's a small movement, but beneficial. You don't need big movements to, oops, lost my balance there, to make some really good changes in your body. Some things are smaller, and that's okay. We have 5 more, come on. Lift and contract. Balance on your toes, and if you need to, the chair is there. Use it if you need to. You can have one weight in your hand if you need less weight. No weights you wanted to do just body weight. Hold. Hold it up. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that was all the exercises. We did them 15 reps the first time through. We're dropping down to 10 the second time through, and we have 10 minutes of work left. So let's get busy. All right, plie squat. So toes are just past 10 and 2. Pointing, if we're using that clock, we lower and lift. Don't worry about the music. Lower, push through your heels, squeeze those inner thighs. Lower. When you come up, keep those knees slightly bent and flex the quadriceps in the front. So even though this is more an inner thigh exercise, like many other exercises, a variety of muscles are getting worked. And that's okay, that's good. More bang for your buck. And go down and hold. Keep those shoulders back, nice long spine. 3, 2, and 1. Bring those feet together and set your dumbbells down in the chair. Okay, balance work, inner thigh. Balance on the right foot first. Turn the toe out on your left leg and a bent knee. Lift and lower. Come on, lift. Squeeze. Lift, squeeze. A little pause at the top. Even that much better. Hold it where your muscles are the weakest so you can develop strength in those weak spots, and that's how we prevent injury from happening. One more. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, other foot. Toes out, slightly bent knee, lift and lower. Lift. We just have 10. Lift. Still standing up tall. How's your core doing? Is it engaged? Is it on? Pull that belly button in and up into the rib cage to really get as much of the core turned on and working as possible. Up and hold. Hold. Come on. Work those inner thighs. 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells again. Regular squat this time. Okay. Feet slightly wider than your hip bones. Toes turned out just slightly as well. Shoulders roll back. Keep your chest up. Push your butt back. Down and lift. Lower and squeeze. Take your time. Try and get, our goal is like you're sitting in a chair. So stay with me here. Your thighs parallel to the floor. And then lift. If you can't go that low yet, that's okay. That's a goal. But most people, when they're exercising with squats, they'll only go a quarter, third of the way down. And so then when our bodies require us to go further, then we end up hurting something. So when you have opportunities like this, especially when you have a chair there to help you, you can go a little bit lower. Lower and lift. Now down and hold. 3, 2, and 1. Turn the chair around. And we are doing the glute work again. So using the seat of the chair, hinge, flat back, flex foot, lift and lower, working the glutes. Ready? Here we go. Front leg, lift, squeeze, tap and lower. Or lower and tap. Squeeze. Breathe through it. One more. And right here, we're just going to switch legs right away. Because of time, I'm not going to move the chair. Ready? Soft knee, lift, lower. Lift, squeeze. Keep that back flat. Draw those shoulders away from the ears and squeeze that glute muscle on the lifting leg. 4 more. 2, and last one. 1. Great work. We're sitting in the chair this time. So bring the chair forward. And remember, we work the core and the quads, the double leg this time. And 1 leg at a time is okay if you need to. So scoot your butt towards the edge of the chair. Lean back. Hands are on the chair. Lift those legs. Here we go. 10. You squeeze the front of the thighs. 9. squeeze. Push through your heels. Draw those toes up to the sky. You only have about a minute, minute and a half of hard work left. So stay with me to the end. You've got this. 3, 2, now up and hold. Squeeze, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Move the chair out of the way. And bowler's lunge with the crunch. So we balance on the left foot. Toes straight ahead. Step behind. And the weight stays in the front. Ready? Drop and crunch. Lower. Nice lunge. Try and keep those hips facing the front. Lift and crunch. Making that oblique do the work. Crunch. And remember, if you need to tap and then crunch, that's just fine. Breathe through it. Stand up tall. 2 more. And 1 more. Whoo! Other side. Balancing on the right foot. Step behind. Weight stays in the front leg. Hips try and face the front. Drop down, lift, tap if you need to, and crunch. Lift, crunch. You've got this. We have this in one last exercise, and we cool down. So, finish good. Be proud of the entire workout. Tap, crunch. Woo, if you're losing balance, the chair is there. Lift, 1 more. Okay, dumbbells for the calf raise, or no dumbbells, you choose. How do you feel right now? 10 of them, ready? Lift those heels. Lift, remember they're about 4 to 6 inches apart. Lift, little pause at the top. Nice and tall. Challenging that balance again, but with 2 feet on the floor this time. Just 2 more. Last one, hold. Hold it up there. 3, 2, and 1. You did it! Great work. Get some water. And then we'll spend a few minutes stretching together, letting you have some flexibility training, taking advantage of those super warm muscles like we did in the warm-up. Let's stand close to our chair and step out, and then push your butt back. Keep your chest up and an inner thigh stretch there. So my foot is flat to the floor, both of them. Toes are all pointing straight ahead. Roll those shoulders back. Now lift, release, and let's go back down again. Oh, one more time on that side. Make sure you're pushing your butt to the back and keeping your weight in your heel on that supporting leg. Other side. All right, you might need to adjust yourself a bit. Push your backside back, chest up, and inner thigh stretch. Trying to keep both feet flat and toes pointing straight ahead. Release. Again, let's go. And release one more time. Keep the chest up. And now we're turning towards the chair, and you can use it for balance if you need to. Lunge position, all the toes pointing straight ahead, back heel off the floor, lower straight down. Now tuck your hips under for a hip flexor and quad stretch. And if you want more, you can reach that arm up. Release. Again. And other side. Make sure that back heel is straight up off the floor. Drop down. Tuck your hips under and reach that arm up if you'd like to add just a little more to that stretch. And release. Again, lower. And good, good, good. Hamstring and calf stretch. Right foot goes out. Bend the knee, push your backside back, pull your toe towards you. Soft knee. Now, the more you lift your tailbone up and flatten your back, the more you'll feel that in your hamstring. So really try and flatten your back and lift the tailbone to the sky. Release. Let's go down again. And release. Other leg. Nice and bent. Flat back. Push that butt back. Lift the tailbone and draw those toes towards you. And release. Let's go down one more time. A little deeper maybe. Muscles are saying, thank you. Thank you for stretching me. Oh, there's my alarm. And we are done anyway, so perfect timing. Release. A few deep breaths in, so let's stand up tall. Proud of what you've done for this body of yours. Big inhale, lift. And exhale. If you want to close your eyes, you can. Otherwise, keep moving. Big inhale through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth. Give me one more and smile this time. You've done great things for yourself. Thank you again for joining me for this 30-minute strength and bodyweight class. I hope you can make it back to a class again real soon. Again, my name is Sean. Take care. Bye-bye.